So in this video, I'm going to show you how to move from something like this. Let's say you're given something like minus x minus 180, right? So I'm going to show you how to move from this to literally saying the answer is sine x, literally, right? So whenever you see this, you literally can move to the answer. There is no marks for the intermediate step, right? So I'm going to show you various types. So let's start with something simple in a way. So let's say x minus 180, right? So this is what you will do. So if they give you something like this, what you're going to do is that you're going to draw a Cartesian plane. When you graduate, you'll be able to do this in your mind, right? So it is a very simple method. When you get used to this, you'll be able to do this in your mind. So what you will do is that you will always have a Cartesian plane in your mind, right? And then you always draw like an x like this, right? So going to have something like this. So what is this for? If they say x, then you start here. But if they say minus x, then you start here. So what does this tell you? If it is plus, you are going to move anti-clockwise, right? If it is minus, you are going to move clockwise. So for instance, in this example, we've got x minus 180, right? So we're going to move 180 degrees backwards, right? So it starts at x, so we have to start here. If it was minus x, we would start here, but now it starts here. So we're going to say x minus 180. So this is minus 90, right? It's perpendicular. So this is minus 90, this is minus 180. So it ends here. Then all you do is to say is sine positive or negative in this quadrant. Sine is negative, so the answer is minus sine x, literally. So we've just moved from here to here. When you get good at this method, you'll be able to do this in your mind, right? There's no marks for the intermediate step. So let's go for another one. So notice what I did. What I did is that x, right? They said x, so I started from x, right? So minus 180 meaning that I have to move this direction, right? So this is 90, 180, 270, 360, right? So if they say 360, it's going to come back to the same position, right? So let's just go for another one. So I'm going to show you another example. So here is another one. So minus x plus 180. So now we have to begin here. Plus 180, we have to move 180 degrees anti-clockwise, right? So plus is this direction, right? Minus is the other direction. So they said minus x plus 180, so it's going to be minus x, then it's going to be 90, 180, right? So now notice that it's in this quadrant. In this quadrant, is sine positive or negative? Well, sine here is positive, so it's positive sine x. And we can prove it. Notice that if I rearrange this stuff, this is going to be 180 minus x. And most of us know that 180 minus x, sine is positive. So let's go for another one. Let's say cos, right? So cos, let's say cos, maybe cos minus x minus 360, right? So we know that we have to start here, then minus, we have to go this direction, right? Minus 360, so we have to take 360 degrees. So it's going to be 90, 180, 270, 360. Obviously 360 comes back to the same position, right? So here cos is positive, so the answer is just cos x, literally. So this is the method. So after two more questions, I'll show you the next level. So here is a question, tan negative 180 minus x. We can just rearrange them, right? You can rearrange them if you are not able to see it. So you can just rearrange them. So this is going to be like this, right? When I rearrange them. So now notice that minus x is this side, so we have to start this side. Minus 180 means we have to go this direction, 180 degrees backwards. So 90, 180. So here tan is negative, so the answer is just negative tan x, literally. Here is another one, sine minus 360 plus x. You can try this out. So if I rearrange this stuff, this is going to be sine x minus 360. I'm putting x first so that I know where to start, but you don't really need to do this in order to know. So it means that I must start here, right? So I must move 360 degrees backwards, right? So clockwise. So it's going to be 90, 180, 270, 360. So it's sine x. Besides, every time we use a step of 360, it always comes back to the same position, right? So let's go to level 2. So level 2 is when we deal with 90s and 270. I'll show you why I call this level 2. So here is a question, minus x plus 90, right? So we have to do as usual, we have to draw a Cartesian plane, and then from here you have to have a cross. So this is what we have, right? So now notice that this is going to be minus x as usual, this is x, right? So minus x means we have to start here, right? So it says plus 90, meaning that we have to go this direction, the normal direction, the forward direction. So this is going to be plus 90. So it's going to come back to the first quadrant, right? So notice we have just moved only 90 degrees forwards, right? So it's in the first quadrant. So here is sign positive or negative. Sign is positive. But now, whenever there is a 90 or a 270, it's going to change to cos, right? So because it was sine, it has to change to cos. So sine here was positive.
Alright, we have reached the end of this video. I have included a playlist of similar type of questions. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Any questions you've got or any video you want me to create, please comment below. See you in the next video.
So notice sine was positive, but our answer will now be cos x. So that's what we have. So let's go for another one. Here is another one. So we're just going to have this, and then we're going to have this. So we're going to have this. So we know it's going to be x and minus x. So it tells me I have to start here, but I have to move to 70 degrees backwards. So it's going to be 90, 180, 270, first quadrant. Cos is positive, but it's going to change to sine because we have 270. So therefore, sine will be positive. So whenever we see 90 or 270, we change the sign. Alright, one more question before the last one, which will be a nice level. Alright, so sine x plus 270, we know we have to draw this, right? And then from there, we have to draw this. So this is going to be x, this is going to be minus x. So it tells me that I must start here, and I have to go 270 degrees forwards, right? So it's going to be 90, 180, 270. So this is in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative. So in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative, right? So because it is 270, it's going to change to cos. So therefore, we're going to have negative cos x. So that's how it is. So let's go for the bonus question, the last level. Alright, here is the last question. You can pause this video and try. It is beyond the other levels. So with this one, what you will do is that you will still do the same thing, right? So you will still do the same thing. So then this is going to be something like this, right? So you're going to have x and minus x. So now whenever it's tan, whenever there is 270 or 90, we don't do it the same anymore. But if it's any other thing like 180 or 360, you can. But if it's 270 or 90, you have to change it into sine over cos. It's a must. So this is going to be sine minus x plus 270 over cos minus x plus 270. Right? So now, notice that this minus x, it means that we have to start here. So we have to move 270 degrees forwards, right? So it's going to be 90, 180, 270. So here, sine is negative, but because there is 270, it's going to change to cos. So we now have negative cos. And then this side we have got minus x plus 270, right? So we start here, we have to move 270 degrees that side, right? So it's going to be 90, 180, 270 in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, cos is also negative, right? So because it's 270, right? 90 or 270, it changes, right? So it's going to be sine. So now we have sine. So this negative cancels. Sometimes we have one of them negatives. So sometimes the answer will be negative, right? So it's not all the time that we have got two negatives and they cancel. Sometimes we actually have only one negative. So if this was the case, the answer was going to be negative cos over sine or negative 1 over tan, right? But here they do cancel. So now we're going to have cos over sine. So the answer is just cos over sine, or if you want, 1 over tan, right? So there we have it.